Upton Sinclair's The Jungle, published in 1906, is a powerful social and political novel that exposes the harsh realities of labor exploitation and unsanitary conditions in the meatpacking industry of early 20th century Chicago. Through the tragic story of a Lithuanian immigrant, Jurgis Rudkus, Sinclair presents a searing indictment of capitalism and its impact on the working class. Jurgis Rudkus, a strong and optimistic Lithuanian immigrant, arrives in Chicago with his young wife, Ona, and their extended family. They dream of prosperity. They settle in Packingtown, the city's meatpacking district, where the brutality of factory life immediately strikes them. Hoping to achieve success through hard work, Jurgis takes a job in a slaughterhouse, unaware of the grueling conditions and corruption within the industry. The family purchases a small house, believing it to be a path to stability. However, they soon realize they were misled by predatory lenders, as hidden costs and high interest rates trap them in a cycle of debt. Meanwhile, Ona and other family members are forced to take on exhausting jobs to make ends meet. As Jurgis toils in the unsanitary and dangerous slaughterhouses, he witnesses the shocking reality of meat production, diseased animals processed for consumption, workers suffering from infections, and corrupt managers cutting costs at the expense of public health. The lack of regulations results in widespread contamination and workplace injuries. Sinclair's vivid descriptions of these conditions sparked outrage and ultimately led to food safety reforms. Despite his growing disillusionment, Jurgis remains determined to support his family. However, the relentless exploitation of workers takes a toll. Ona is harassed and assaulted by her superior, but Jurgis, unable to protect her, is powerless against the systemic abuse. When he finally retaliates, he is arrested and imprisoned, leaving his family destitute. After serving his sentence, Jurgis returns to find his family in even worse condition. Ona, weakened by the abuse and poor working conditions, dies in childbirth, followed shortly by their infant. Overcome with grief, Jurgis abandons his home and turns to a life of crime, joining a group of corrupt politicians and businessmen who profit from bribery and fraud. He briefly finds financial success, but realizes that he has merely become part of the same corrupt system that ruined his life. A series of misfortunes, including the death of his son and betrayal by his criminal associates, drive Jurgis further into despair. He becomes homeless, wandering through Chicago in search of meaning. He occasionally finds work, but is continually beaten down by the same exploitative forces that destroyed his family. At his lowest point, Jurgis stumbles into a socialist rally, where he is inspired by speeches about workers' rights, equality, and the possibility of a better society. For the first time, he sees an alternative to the capitalist system that has oppressed him. He joins the socialist movement, attending meetings and advocating for labor reforms. The novel concludes with hope as Jurgis finds purpose in the fight for systemic change. Though he remains poor, his discovery of socialism offers him a new ideological foundation and provides a glimpse of a more just future. Commentary: The Jungle is more than a novel. It is an exposé that significantly sparked real-world reforms. Upton Sinclair intended the book to highlight the struggles of the working class and promote socialism. Still, its shocking revelations about the meatpacking industry led to public outrage and the passage of the Pure Food and Drug Act of 1906. Through Jurgis's journey, Sinclair illustrates how capitalism exploits immigrants and the poor, trapping them in a cycle of suffering with little hope of escape. The novel's relentless depiction of hardship forces readers to confront the brutal realities of industrial labor. While Sinclair's socialist message is clear, The Jungle is also a powerful human tragedy. It shows how the American dream often turns into a nightmare for those at the bottom of society. The novel remains a landmark of American literature, serving as both a historical document and a timeless critique of economic injustice.